Patrolling the campus by night, are we?
Were you heading home? Be careful.
Prison School was a very wild anime. It has everything that makes for a great story. Nail-biting tension, compelling memorable characters, and...
How clumsy of me. Gonna slip right by.
Do your thing.
Do your thing! Is Gakuto really that good at it? No, I can't believe it. I must be seeing things. Stop overthinking, Shingo. There's no way.
No, it's rather painful.
misunderstandings. Prison School is about a newly co-ed school. What was once an all-girls school now accepts boys. This sudden change has everyone thinking the same thing. Ew. Cooties. But it's strange, a small minority are curious, perhaps too curious. Kiyoshi and his group of friends are the only boys in school. Now, it's not hard to imagine why. It's just like how you can train a fish to climb a tree. So let's take a step back and think, what could a group of teenage boys want with the newly co-ed school? I'll give you a hint. It's not to study, it's the Huz. Mathematically speaking, they can't fail. The number of girls greatly outweighs the number of boys. They shouldn't be swimming in pussy, but drowning in it. If they had any type of social skills anyway. They don't, and since they don't, the boys throw plan A out the window and move on to plan B. Operation, don't get caught peeping the girls' bathroom. The mission was on. However, their mission was proven to be harder than they were because one thing led to another, and now Kiyoshi is in deep enemy territory. If he gets caught by her, there's no going back.
The boys are peeping! The underground student council caught the jerks in the act! Everyone to the quad!
I haven't had time for that. Hold on, are you coming with us? Come on, I'm leaving. Wait!
Salvation.
Phew, that was ball-shavingly close, but now a new issue arises. The boys were caught. The official underground student council was on their ass and managed to gather up all the rodents. Oh yeah, they're cooked. They failed, no hoes, no motion, no reputation, and are sentenced to 30 days in the school's prison. And it's at this point you're probably thinking to yourself, surely they can't do that. Well, think again. And don't call me Shirley. Either confess to their parents why they're in school prison or do the 30 days. Now, I don't know about you, but this is kind of a no-brainer decision. And you can forget about breaking out. If they do anything bad, they run the risk of adding on to their sentence. Sounds easy, right? Just be a good boy, get jacked, study, work, eat, play with a Switch. I don't know what they do in prison because unlike my ops, I never get caught. Anyway, sounds easy, right? Nah. While they don't have to worry about dropping the soap, the underground student council won't make it easy for them. The boys are whipped, stepped on, axe kicked, punched, and...
Do what now?
I want you to pay for me right now. I'll watch, so whip it out. Do that and I'll believe you.
whatever the hell this is. But why go through all of this trouble? Wouldn't it be easier to expel them? Well, that's just it. The girls have a strong hatred for the boys, even before they were caught peeping. At Prison School's core, you're watching guys be guys, finding cool sticks that look like weapons, shitting their pants, never holding a grudge, and living without a care in the world. And the girls just hate that. They're driven by emotions, forgetting that they're not perfect either. Their sense of superiority causes the boys to exploit those weaknesses. That doesn't mean that they're dumb and belong in the kitchen. The girls are pretty smart too, exploiting the boys' desires and make them fall for any bait that they fish out. It's a classic boys versus girls type of thing, and it gets pretty fun. There comes a time where the girls get what they've been after, and reality sets in. The constant visits, ass whoopings are gonna be missed. The daily routine of having someone to check up on, the fun little charades and moments shared. Maybe they can coexist. Maybe they could have been friends. But that's not where the story ends. The boys do what they do best. They fight. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Prison School is known for the crazy amount of fan service it has. There is no way around it. But the show knows this and sort of just parodies it. During a serious scene, you'll forget all about it until the fan service is right back in your face.
Ready for your punishment?
Yes, ma'am. I'm fully prepared to take what's coming to me.
What? Oh, wow, what does she need that for? Oh, hell no! Oh, hell no.
What happened to you?
Oh, she cut his hair. And that's the greatest part about this anime. The characters are some of the most ridiculous and fun that fit perfectly into these situations. Hana is too immature. She loves getting even. So that's how we got here. Miyako is a walking unit. She takes great pride in her strength, but quickly loses composure when it comes to the president. We don't really see much of the underground president, but from what we do see, she's the one pulling the strings. She's the girl with an odd hatred for men that stems from her father. Sounds familiar? Nah, I don't have a dad. Her dad is the chillest one in the show, playing a fair game in favor of the boys. Speaking of the boys, they're some of the dumbest, most loyal motherfuckers you'll ever see in anime. The anime follows mostly Kyoshi and Gakuto's perspective. You'll see them go to the most extreme all for the sake of the plan. Gakuto is the main man, the one with the brains and one that sacrifices a lot. When it comes to getting things done and finding a way, you can always count on Gakuto. One episode, Kyoshi and Gakuto were desperate. They needed pooping noises for the sake of their plan, but the computers they were on didn't allow them to download anything from the web. Kyoshi was ready to give in, but Gakuto, he didn't want to throw in the towel just yet. There was going to be an action figure he wanted at the sumo convention. Gakuto figured if they couldn't download the sound, they had to make it. Kyoshi can't do it. He has an upcoming sumo date with his date in the classroom. Gakuto decided it's better to struggle through 3 years than persevere through 4.
Teacher, please allow me to go to the restroom.
By all means, go ahead. But it may be a little
It's
after
now
the fact
all
at
up
this point.
to Kyoshi. Kyoshi is a warrior, the one willing to take the beating for the team. He once took a stick up the ass so his friend wouldn't go to jail. He's a better friend than me, cause I couldn't. I'm not taking a stick up the ass for you. He's the friend that waits for you while you're tying your shoes. And I'm going to keep it real. The last 3 don't really matter. They all play a good role, but aren't in much of the story that the anime covers. They can be boiled down to masochist, ultra side character, and autism. In the manga, however, this changes. Prison School isn't one of those anime that only get 12 episodes and no season 2. The story continues way beyond the anime, with the boys out of prison living their own life, 3 of them ending up with girls, the imprisonment of the girls, and a new student council taking over. This is where shit secretly hits the fan. You might be cheering like, yes! Yeah, that's what they get. Beat them too. Then you find out the head of the official student council is just an immature bitch with too much power. Let me give you the rundown. In middle school, this girl made fun of this one for having a developed, larger set of boobs. The bullying was so intense, she started binding her boobs so they would appear smaller. This makes sense. 1 + 1 = 2. Her being made fun of for her appearance causes her to want to be less acknowledged. It sucks. She feels less like a person until one day, a new student appears. This student is perfect at everything: the piano, sports, and more importantly, kind. She didn't need to put down another girl to feel popular. In fact, she stands against it. When the girl who was being bullied stands up, her breast causes her bindings to break, making a loud noise. Blondie noticed and immediately points out her breast exploded, humiliating her. She kept throwing out horrible nicknames until the new student challenged her. That was not an explosion. Blondie tries to double down and turn it around on her, but the new student breaks it down and even threw a mean backhanded comment. Blondie, feeling frustrated and embarrassed, stood up and tried to say it was just a funny joke. What's the harm? And the new student was like, "You thought that was funny? I'm not surprised. You know, even without that shit you pulled this morning, you truly are a base woman." Okay, I paraphrased it, but anyway, what the new student said went over Blondie's head. She went home and opened up the dictionary. I know this bitch ain't trying to throw me off with big words. Let me see what she said. So that's what she meant by character. And base meant of low social standing, vulgar, common, morally reprehensible, immoral, cowardly. Ugh. She will pay for that. Yeah, she got called all of that. Couple days passed, and to make it a long story short, the new student chews out the one being bullied for not standing up for herself and helps her gain more confidence. They were both at the park when Blondie pulls up. This time, she has some backup with her. Blondie lied to the students that were with her that the new student bullied her. The new student says she didn't, but Blondie wasn't gonna let go of what happened. She wanted an apology for being called a liar and a base woman. The new student doubles down with no intent on budging. So being the base woman she is, Blondie tells the big guy to get her. But the new student wasn't impressed. She flipped him over like a pancake and threatened her. However, Blondie was prepared for this and took a hostage. Not having much of a choice, she obeyed her orders to save her friend. A truly cowardice move. The bullied student couldn't watch what was about to happen. She broke. She got sick of feeling helpless and weak. She crushed the boy's hand and holds up another by his neck and single-handedly slammed him onto the floor and crushes the other one? Anyway, the girl looks back and scares off the rest of the girls. At this point, Blondie is shitting bricks. She's about to get jacked up when the new student stops her and they both leave Blondie to cry alone. So, you see, this girl, who we now will be calling Kate, will be seeking out her revenge on Miyako and Mari for embarrassing her in middle school. Even though she's the one who started it all, I swear to God, she is so petty. I don't like her because at some moments she deserves that two-piece combo with an extra biscuit. And through their struggles, you learn more about the underground student council and the other people it failed to involve in the plot in the first season. Miyako doesn't dress like this just because. She dresses like that because she never wanted to feel ashamed of her breasts. Andre has more riz than anyone in the show and is deeply in love with Miyako specifically. Gakuto tries understanding Yaoi because he caught his girl with some fan fiction. Joe, I think, likes Yaoi, or at least appreciates his writing. And Shingo tries to get a kiss. He's still an ultra side character. Also, if you think I'm spoiling, the anime ends after chapter 83. All of that happens within 44 chapters later of the story. There are a total of 150 chapters left of the manga, but if you're starting at chapter 83, then you have a total of 194 chapters left. They have enough content to make a season 2 and maybe even a 3. So why didn't they? I went searching for answers because I needed to know what was up. Anime studios don't usually drop good shows without a reason. Do they? You see, anime studios will drop an anime if it does bad because obviously, if it eats up more money than what it gives out, then of course they'll drop it. That's just how business and investments go. To give this some perspective, Prison School on the other hand has over 13 million copies in circulation, likely even more since this number was calculated. You don't need to be a scientist to figure out that's a big number. But the number gets even bigger. America has different prices for manga than they do in Japan. In Japan, most seinen stuff costs about 500 to 600 yen, or about $5. 13 million times 5 is about $65 million. And to make an anime cost about 2 to 4 million. So they have more than enough money for a season 2. What's the issue? The studio is still up and running, producing new anime to this day. And it's here that I regret to inform you, sometimes in order for an animation studio to pick up a new series, they have to drop an older one. Prison School didn't do bad or have a manga fall off. The studio likely dropped it just to pick up a new series. Since this is never getting a season 2, it goes up in the Hall of Fame of 12 episode animes with only one season. I haven't seen the OVA or finished the manga, so don't ask me about it. Alright chat, I have an announcement to make. I am back. For a short period of time, I was uploading consistently, but there was a problem. I didn't know how to write a good video. I didn't know how to make it me. So I took 2 months to myself, gathered up everything I learned, and perfected my craft. And that's exactly what this video is. Anyway, if you like this video, then leave a like and tell me what you think about Prison School. I'm not even joking when I say this, I'm gonna finish the manga. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you all next time.